Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are joining us from. We are here today with the famous sales overlord, Jay McGill. What's up, Jay?
Hello and hello, community. How you guys doing?
Awesome. This is the new shop. Last time we spoke, I don't think you were in the new facility yet, right?
Correct. We've moved into, I think, a 5,000 square foot facility, something like that. We have a better loading dock, more room, and yeah, it's not bad. It's good. We've been settled in pretty well. Things are going well.
Well, I see a lot of inventory on the back shelf, so
There's
I
a
guess
little
we're going to
fan. Yeah,
learn all about that.
we got a lot going on, a lot of exciting things going on that I'm very, very excited to talk about and be back on board with you guys.
Awesome. Well, before we hang up the Zoom today, I definitely want to get a tour of the facilities and see where
Oh yeah,
all the hard work's gone. So,
definitely,
well,
definitely.
you are for those viewers who don't know, tell us where Griffin IT is headquartered at.
So we are headquartered in Tampa, Florida, East
Okay.
Coast. And for those of you that don't know, we are a secondary market hardware supplier, specifically for MSPs. We do not like to deal with end users. Unlike Dell, who wants to steal your end users, we like you being that buffer. We don't want to deal with end users.
I
So
gotcha.
there's that thing. And then the other thing we do that's unique to the industry is we offer a net 90 consignment program where we'll essentially send MSPs a couple $1,000s worth of equipment to live on your shelf. You have up to 90 days to resell it. When you do resell it, you pop in the portal, you self-invoice, which does two things. One, makes it so it can pay us. And two, that also starts our in-house 3-year warranty. So the warranty starts at time of sale to the users. And now, as you approach the end of the 90 days, if you have any stragglers, we'll ship them back for free. We'll provide the return label. Actually, it's in portal now. So where that used to be a manual process and it's in that to you now, you click the button to return it and the label populates there in on that order page. So that's pretty cool.
Nice, nice. So
Yeah.
that
Now,
program you're talking about is called the puppy program,
the
right?
pup, right? And so this stems from the old sales joke, and I've posted this number of times, but it bears repeating. It's the old sales joke: How do you sell a puppy? And the answer is here: play with this dog for a week, see if you like it. Sells itself.
I
So
gotcha.
for you as an MSP, a lot of our guys and women likely have um, stock, some kind of stock on your shelf. You probably like having some spares of something. Maybe it's hand-me-downs, maybe it's leftovers. But at the end of the day, it's capital you're throwing into it. You have money tied up in it. It's depreciating. We've alleviated all that. Our stock will sell better in your hands. So I want to send
Okay.
you gear. On a good day, I want you to have at least a month's worth of inventory. So, I mean, obviously, it's going to vary month to month. It's feast or famine. Some of our guys are consistent onesie twosies. Some of them, it's nothing. Then all of a sudden, they need like a 20 pack. But whatever it is, we'll usually start you off with a couple of machines, but we'll scale up to wherever you're at. And if you're able to show us you can pay your invoice in a timely manner, we will crank up your terms wherever they need to be. I have some MSPs on 10 to $20,000 a month just burning through inventory, but they always have stock on their shelf. So this is great for two things. One, puppies, let
Yep.
users play with the puppy. Two, pre-authorized RMAs.
Okay.
If you have a machine give you issues, you don't have to call me first. You don't have to wait on a call from me. You grab and go, fix the customer, get with me afterwards, and we backfill it. And that tends to reduce a lot of stress because I'll sometimes get those that email 3 o'clock on a Friday. Jay, I need you to overnight this to California. I'm like, okay, I'm going to send you two, one for this fire and one for the next fire. And you have up to 90 days. And if you don't sell it, I'll ship it back. It's okay. But really, that's how we compete with Dell's footprint. They have a national footprint for repair and dispatching techs, local contractors. Hopefully, they're
Sure.
not making the problem worse. But to combat that, our solution is you already have spares ready to go. If you're using the program correctly, you already have spares and you are finding onesie twosie homes for them as needed and then hopping back in portal, grabbing more. And it's just a rotation of inventory that you don't have any capital dumped into. You're not worried about depreciation. And as long as you don't lose it, you're good. I mean, and like I said, we'll ship it back for free if you don't sell it. I'd say about 80% of the MSPs that use it do well. We do have some that it isn't a good fit, and that's fine. I mean, it's not a one size fit all, but we do what we can, and we try to give you. We're essentially micro investing into MSPs all throughout the country by providing them with inventory to go and make some money with, and we want them to make money. You make money,
Well,
I make money.
we
That's
all make
kind of
money.
the whole that's the idea.
You
We're all
know,
doing things correctly.
One thing that I'm thinking about right off the bat, I'm sure your program is good for MSPs of any size, but because you offer the net 90 and you'll return it at no cost to the MSP at the end of 90 days if they haven't sold it.
Correct.
That's great for an MSP that's starting out too, that doesn't
Oh
have
yeah,
the cash flow to come up
yeah.
with and buy the machines and the equipment.
Our sweet spot is definitely the small and medium MSPs. Well, the other thing too
Okay,
is if you're a large MSP moving 100 machines a month, 200 machines a month, you're probably getting some really good discounts, through Dell or Lenovo or wherever.
sure.
The little guys, I can't tell you how many times I've heard the story where, a smaller medium shop gets a quote from Dell, gives it to the customer goes on Dell.com and finds a better deal. Yeah,
Yep.
and I hear it all the time. I see people posting about it. And so, yeah, it's enraging. Or, there's a really good special on Dell for such and such, say like a Optiplex 7010 micro. It's a good deal. Like I'd buy that deal. But guess what? That deal's not real after a month and a half. And then 6 months later, your customer needs another one. It's not real. The price is
Yep.
gone because that coupon's moved on. So on our end, we do try and keep prices at a stable point so that when you're ready in 6 months, it's still that or a little cheaper. We tend to, trickle down the prices a little bit as time goes on and
I
as certain
got you.
generations phase out and we bring the next one in. And another common question I get is, Jay, what happens in a year or two when you don't have that model anymore? You're and they need a replacement. The answer is they're going to get a generation or two newer. And usually that's okay. In rare
Yep.
circumstances, they need exactly that one. It's fine. We'll just give us a couple days. We'll find it, bring it in, get it out to you.
We'll source it.
But
All
yeah,
right.
so
Very cool.
yeah. So one of the main reasons I want to get you in here is, we've had this portal that we've probably put about $250,000 into. It's exciting.
Wow.
And we opened it about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, because it was just such a high demand. Oh, by the way, this is Matt. This is our POE
Hey,
guy
Matt.
and my
How are
stunt
you,
double.
sir?
This is good. Yeah, it's like you're asking me about some Ubiquity stuff earlier. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
great. All excellent questions. Ask that guy because I can talk PCs, laptops, servers all day. A lot of the PoE stuff I defer to him because that's his wheelhouse. So
I got you. Cool.
good looking guy. So the portal we opened up about a year ago, and if we had waited for it to be completely finished, it would be another year from now because there's just so much
Okay.
that's going to be going on with it. But we opened it up at a functional level, and all the MSPs that have been using over the last year have been our beta testers and helping us break it and fix it, break it and fix it. But of a major overhaul that just went into place yesterday is a new layout on the inventory page and your ability to search. So let me
Awesome.
do
Well, share your
little,
screen and show us the portal.
yeah, let's see. Hit the share. Now, for those of you who have used this before or not used it, this is what you get to when you go to shop.griffinit.com. And then you do a single sign on. Ta-da, and you're in. Your first time around, it's going to ask you some permissions. It's going to say run verified because we bought the source code and built it from the ground up. It will ask you about clip stuff, but that's for our shipping people to copy and paste addresses. You don't want them doing that manually. Okay, so historically, the list has looked like this, and there's not effective filtering. But now it's different. It looks a little bit more like Amazon because they have a good model. We want it to look a little bit like it. Now, to be fair, Amazon has a $1 trillion budget. I don't have that kind of budget, but
That's huge.
So, but the main thing here is boom, desktop or laptop. Let's click laptop. You can search by brand. We'll do Dell, and then it'll filter out. It's not functional yet, but next coming the processors right now, it lists all the processors. That's going to go away, and it's just going to say i5, then Gen, i7, then Gen. So you'll be able to select by generation and select by i5 or i7.
Okay.
Then let me move this guy out of the way. The other cool thing we're doing, type service. Might be on the old one. Hold on. So for the longest time, everything's shipped with 10 Pro. Now you have the option to also do 11 Pro, and eventually it's going to be all 11 Pro. But while we're still kind of in that transition,
But I got to ask you, do you have any business owners hitting you up saying, "Hey, I specifically need this machine with 10 on it"?
Yeah, that's how a lot of I had that just this week. I did a 30 pack it was actually great. It was a new to us MSP posted in the group. everybody tagged us. It was on a Sunday afternoon. I got them a quote in under a half hour. We did the deal and we shipped out 30 machines Tuesday and Wednesday, all with they specifically needed 10, but they
Okay.
also needed, and I'll show you here, they needed Autopilot. So hash, let me change the, if it's full screen, it looks a little weird. There we go.
I'm just saying though, as an MSP business owner myself, we're not doing anything with
Yeah.
10. If we do it, it's going to
Yeah.
be 11.
It's finally it's finally come over in that in the beginning when 11 was first announced, none of the MSPs want 11. They wanted it to break and fix a little bit before they did it. Then we've been kind of in a limbo for a year. Now we're starting to tip to the other side where most of them want 11, but I still get ones needing 10. So
I got you.
right now we're still loading them with 10, but you have the option. And if you go into portal type service, you'll have a little SKU there to designate it. Hey, I need 11 on this. And
So
it'll come with
basically,
11
any of
Pro.
the machines with 8th gen or higher that you sell are going to come with 11 or 10 option. You could do either
Correct.
or.
And
Okay.
it'll say on there 11 compatible. Yeah, we have
All
it.
right.
And we're phasing out pretty much everything that's sub 8th gen. So sooner or later, that's all that's going to be left.
I got you.
So
You're going to have a fireside sale on those, right?
that's what's exactly what's been happening for like the last 6 months or so. We're phasing them out. Another cool thing too is so in the past we were just using the base Microsoft image, and there weren't updates and firmware updates going on with
Sure.
the process we had. But we finally hit a volume point where okay, we have to redo this, and now we are imaging with fully set up, fully Windows updated, fully firmwared images, deploying those out to machines. So now when you get them, they if you assuming you're using whatever we've imaged with, I know half my MSPs are wipe it 10 times, then put whatever their custom image on. But if you are using our image, that setup time will be reduced because the Windows updates are done and the firmware updates are done. So that's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
let's talk about that real quick. So you got
Yep.
you're getting machines in, you are prepping those machines, I'm assuming just like an OEM manufacturer would. You
Correct.
are wiping the drives, you are reloading your image. Tell us about your
That is correct.
re-imaging process and the image you use.
So in the past, it was the image off of Microsoft's website, just whatever they have with their media creation tool, and we're using
Yeah.
thumb drives because that just
Okay.
it worked. It was reliable.
That's what we
Um,
do in
yeah,
our
I just popped
industry.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then when we're pushing 500 to 1,000 machines a month, it's a little time consuming if we are trying to run all the updates. It's just there's not
Do you
enough
have an
time in the day.
image server?
So that's what we're doing now. We have an imaging server, and so we'll update a model, capture the image, and that gold image deploys out. So obviously, after a couple months, there may be some updates for that model, but still, when you go and you hit updates, it's going to be a couple quick
It's
and
going to
go
be 4 or
instead of
5
sitting.
versus
Right, you're not going to be
80.
sitting there for a half hour waiting for everything to do that and restart 3 times. It'll be a lot faster. So that's pretty cool. That's something that I've been wanting to do. When we had some of our MSPs came in and helped us set up the fog, set up the server and get everything where it needs to be. So now that we're
Nice.
cranking out machines, right? So we're doing all new machines coming in are getting that, and then we're hitting them on the outbound too, because obviously we have a lot of stock here that was set up the old way prior to this being in place. But now that's a thing, and it's pretty cool. So
Well, I'm going to talk to you later on about the image server because I wouldn't mind playing around and deploying that. I think that's
yeah,
kind of cool
well,
technology. It's a
and
PXE server, right?
correct. Yeah, so we're pixie building. What else is cool too is that if say we got a large deal going on, 50 machines, 100 machines that we need to move to you, I'm going to have you remote in, set it up exactly how you want it, and then I'm going to give you that custom image on everything because that's going to cut down so much time. Well, depending on what's in the stack, if it's a pretty basic thing. But I mean, even if you're just loading Office and Chrome and a couple of things, just to not have to go through those extra steps for 100 to 200 machines on an order, yeah, that's a lot of time saved. So we
Nice.
now have the infrastructure in place to do that, which I'm very excited about.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
we're growing and growing. I know in our last webinar, I mentioned how just a couple years ago I was packing and shipping out of my condo kitchen counter. Now we're in
I
our second
remember.
warehouse. Yeah, we're in our second warehouse. Any given day, I have about a mil in inventory. Any given day, I probably have about a quarter mil worth of net 90 consignment stock out in the field. Think about that. How many of you MSPs have terms with your customers? Are any of those terms longer than 30 days? And do you have a quarter mil out there? So that's what I was talking about with us micro investing into all of our, I think we're up to about 1,000 MSPs. In the last 3 years, we went from about 150, 200 MSPs to we just crested 1,000 recently, largely from the Facebook groups and just being able to do a good job for you guys, just caring. I mean, really, it's, I understand the pains that a lot of our MSPs feel with a lot of distributors. Either the reps are constantly changing, or the pricing is all over the board and their prices not being honored, or say an RMA, a good ones with a lot of these warranty processes with the manufacturers. A lot of them will need to remote in and replicate the problem. And if they can't replicate that problem, your host, they are not helping you. I have an easy job. It works or it doesn't work. Oh, it doesn't work. Here's another one. My solution. So a lot of our MSPs are very techy. They'll often do some basic troubleshooting, but I don't want you fighting with it all day. If it's not a quick fix
just send
initially,
it back. We'll send you another one.
Yeah, I mean, or even just call me, and if it's not like, oh, hey, it's this driver, or hey, that's a memory. Go ahead and reseat the memory stick. I've seen that before. If it's not something like that, you got more important stuff to do. Great. Here, I'm sending you another one, or if you're already using the program correctly, you have another one on the shelf already, and you're not calling me first. You're not waiting on a call back from me. You're not waiting on Dell has a 4-hour response window. I'm pretty responsive. I'm usually like within an hour, within a half hour, an hour, you're hearing back from me. But it's nice when our guys have these things they need already on the shelf on the consignment model, and headaches tend to come down, which is good. We want to reduce headaches on a good day.
Well, I love watching you grow. You talked about all those units that were on your kitchen table in your apartment a couple years ago. That was just outside of COVID, wasn't it? Or was it in COVID?
Yeah, that was around 20. Yeah,
20,
so the
2020,
the,
21.
the first 2 years, the program was piloted under a telecom company, and
Okay.
then right around COVID, Griffin Resources was the thing. So we did it under that, and I was spinning up our IT program out of my house along. So the owners, James and Shelly Griffin.
Yeah.
James is a longtime friend, and he's been doing IT hardware, secondary market hardware stuff for about 20 years. His wife Shelly is the former HR manager at ConnectWise pre-buyout.
Okay.
So we eventually
so they know the industry very well.
Right. So now it's grown to where now we have Griffin Holdings, and then we have Griffin Resources with our HR side and 20 some odd employees, Griffin IT with our dozen or so employees, Griffin Cloud, which is doing our portal. We have a CRM that we're building that we're going to be relicensing out to MSPs here pretty soon. We have actually started onboarding some to kind of beta test and get some feedback to build it up to where we want it to be before we do the big announcement. Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be a CRM that you as the MSP can use. You can put your users in there and manage everything. It auto dials, automation for messages and follow-ups. So like a lot of my current MSPs have probably been getting emails where I'll call you, and if you don't pick up, and that's one. Let me preface this with, I don't hound my MSPs a lot. Like I see a lot of people complaining, oh, he's just call all these calls all the time. I really don't. It's you're lucky if you get a call from me once a month, once every other month. Really, I'm usually focusing on making sure the operation's going smoothly and orders are coming going and things are going out right. But when I do call, now with this because we use the same CRM in house. If I call you and I don't get through to you, I click didn't answer, and then Robot Me sends you an email and text. I literally put in the automation, "This is Robot J. I tried to Real J tried to call you, see what's up, what's going on."
Well, you're talking about all this, Jay,
yeah.
and I know as a salesperson, it is your job to reach out to people.
I should probably be doing some sales.
Well, you guys are coming up with all the software. I got a great idea.
Yeah.
How about just come out with you can record your voice with AI. Just go ahead and get an AI version of you to make those calls for you. And then you can just do whatever, and you can go to work and do whatever. And you don't have to worry about making those calls. But, the AI Jay would do it.
Yeah, that'd be great. And then the next investment after that will be me doing GPS. So it'll be, you've missed your turn. Explain yourself. Things like that.
I think that's a great idea. It'll probably come down the pipe someday in the future.
Yeah. So so we got Griffin Resources, Griffin IT, Griffin Cloud, and then we have Griffin Wings. We've invested in physical airplanes that are part of a charter fleet. That's a whole nother thing. So we got
All right.
four subsidiaries underneath Griffin Holdings. So
Pretty
really
cool.
cool how much we're growing and how much the MSP community here has allowed us to, serve them and help them become successful, because we want that. We want all of our guys to do well and do the thing and make some money.
Very cool. Well, Jay, tell us about your products. What products are you stocking for MSPs?
Oh, so funny you asked. Could this be new in box Dell? It sure
Ah,
is.
looks like it's new.
So we got a lot going. So about 80% of what we sell is refurb, but we have been stocking, we call it new old stock. And the reason is, it's say like 1,000 laptops were shipped, but only 800 were used. That overstock will get back. Now
Those 200. Yeah.
the boxes were cut open, an asset sticker was say slapped onto the bottom. We've removed the sticker, cleaned them up, put them back in their boxes. So it's new and unused, but we still have to go and load it and image it. But something that's been really popular, and I'm actually talking to you on one right now. It's the Dell Latitude 7420 14-inch touch 11th gen i5 16256. We've been selling the heck out of these, and we just bought 220 more of them. So we
Let me
have
guess. If
a
I'm gonna put a
buttload of
price
them
on it.
coming in.
Let me see. $699,
You
including shipping.
guessed it. Yep, that's in shipping included. Yeah, all the prices you see in Portal are they include ground shipping. If you need to expedite something, it has to be a prepay. I can't expedite puppies. So
All
that's
right.
one thing. But yeah, these are great. You take them out. Yep, all the OEM stuff. Take it out of the bag. Beautiful carbon fiber lid.
Nice.
Nice, sleek,
14
ergonomical.
inch, right?
14-inch touchscreen,
Okay.
699, i5 16, 256. Backlit keyboard on these guys. They're great. Like I said, when we first got these in, I looked at James. I said, I'm taking one home. Bill me. I really like it because I've been using an 8th gen for quite some time, and yeah, I really like them. Now these are pretty cool, but these
Is
are
he gonna
11th
bill
gen.
you though? Honestly, why did he just say, Jay?
No, I
We
do. No,
appreciate
it's
you.
fine.
Come on.
It's
You
a
can
nice.
have this one.
Yeah, no, it's all right. He takes they take care of me in some other ways, so they're good. I have no room for complaints. I got the golden handcuffs. But that's what happens when you're on the ground level and build the things up. So
Yep.
the 11th gens are cool, but I occasionally get the request for, Jay, I need something. I need latest and greatest. And most of the time, it's like, cool, go to Dell. They're the ones selling whatever they just manufactured. But we just got in some Latitude, new open box, 5440s, 13th gen.
All right. Are you still selling Lenovo products?
Slick. Oh, yeah, we still do. Yeah, I'll demo
So
them
what
a
do you
little
have
bit.
more inventory of? Are you more of a Dell shop or more of a Lenovo shop?
There's a little bit more variety on the Dell side, just because that's what we started the program with initially. And then as we grew, we added Lenovo and a little bit of HP. But of the newest stuff I have are these cloth new open box 5440s. What's cool about these, other than the fact that they shipped new from Dell 7 months ago, when I punch these service tags in online, they are showing Dell Pro support till June 2028. So they got about 4.5 years of
Wow.
Pro support left on them,
That's
which is cool
huge.
because, like I said, usually when we're buying stuff off lease or it's gone through at least one sales cycle. It's got a couple years on it. These guys are new and great. And if you go on Dell.com, they're 14 to 1500 for the exact same spec with that same level of support. Ours are 850 in Portal, so
Are
about half.
those 11th or 12th or 13th gen processors in that?
13th
13.
gen. They're
Okay.
still, so they're the latest. At some point, 14th gen's coming out, but for right now, 13th gen is the latest and greatest. So we have latest and greatest 13th gens right now. And like I said, emphasis on right now. We started with 73 of them. We're down to like 25, and that was in like 3 weeks. So they are flying off the shelf. Anyone who needs 13th gen right now and you don't want to pay 1500 from Dell, I got them in our portal. Come in and you can put them on net 90 consignment, and you have up to 90 days to sell. Now, I I like to clarify this with my MSPs, and then we require a portal tour when we get in. So anyone who's dealt with me, especially in the last year since we've kind of clamped down on this process, you're going to register, and then you have to hop on a 5 to 10 minute Teams call with me so I can make sure you get logged in okay and explain the net 90 consignment process. Because if I'm going to lend you thousands of dollars and wager my commission against it, I need a 5-minute phone call with you. It's
Yep.
like,
No, that
yeah,
makes sense.
or you'll be on prepay only and you can use the portal and I'm not going to give you terms because you refused to take a phone call with me. Like, it's not that hard. It's really
Take the
not that hard.
call with Jay.
Take the call. And so the thing I like to explain is that you have up to 90 days. Now, there's a couple different kinds of MSPs. There's the ones that are like, I only prepay. I never will use terms. Okay, cool. Twist my arm. That puts me closer to the money. No
Okay.
worries. Then I have the guys in the middle that they use the system correctly. When they sell it, they self-invoice in portal. I don't have to hold their hand through anything. And modeled as far as how to use the system. Those are cool. I will crank up your terms all day long.
Okay.
Then I get the MSPs that are in a panic to get something shipped on terms immediately, crickets for 90 days, and then I'm chasing them for payment for another 2 or 3 weeks. I'll pull your terms.
Gotcha.
I will absolutely offer our net 90 consignment program, but it is also totally at my discretion to say, hey, this is not a good fit and you're not using the system correctly. So, it is what it is. Just let me know
You
when
don't
you
want to
need
be having
something.
to
We'll do.
repossess the equipment.
Yeah. No. Now, granted, there will be some stragglers and some fallout. And at the end of the year, maybe we eat 10 or 20 machines, but when we're shipping thousands of these and doing well, it's okay.
Good
I'll take
numbers.
I'll take that spillage. It's really not that bad. But I do impress upon our MSPs like, hey, this is how the system is intended to be used. If you use it correctly, the sky's the limit as far as how much I'm willing to lend you. And just got to show us that you're able to pay an invoice in a reasonable manner, reasonable time frame.
Very
So,
cool. Very cool.
let's see what else do I have for you. So we talked about the
What about
new
networking
portal.
gear?
Oh, lots.
So it's not
uh,
just computers that you sell.
Cisco,
MS.
Meraki, Ubiquiti, Palo Alto, Juniper,
Okay.
Ruckus. Got some Axis pinhole cameras over here. A lot of variety. So like on the PC laptops, there is not a lot of variety. Like, Dell, here's a dozen some odd SKUs. Lenovo, here's half a dozen SKUs. HP, I think I got like four SKUs. We're a one-trick pony for standardized platforms on your Dell, Lenovo, and HP. Networking, it's wild, wild west. Lots of variety. If we don't have it, maybe we can stock it for you. So, that's where I'd say, hey, what can I shop for? What can I potentially stock for you that you love and would like to have a good supply of?
Do you have any Unify Ubiquiti Dream machines in stock?
Oh, I think I do. Let me go grab it. Where's my dream machine? Dream machine. Oh no, maybe it sold it. Nope, I lied. We sold it.
All right.
Yeah,
But you do
but
carry Ubiquiti stuff from time to time too.
yeah, well, and we should hopefully be getting more in. So that it's one of those things where it depends on the market availability, but we're working on some things to bring in some more variety in here and
Okay.
compete with the other distributors. So
Very
you know,
nice.
it's a good time. Yeah, it's a good time. So what else I got for you? We got the inventory layout. We talked about that. Let's talk about RMAs. So in the
Okay.
past, you would email me about an RMA and I'd send you a return label and it wasn't necessarily tracked in the system. Now that's all automated. So now when you go into the portal, you go to your order on the left-hand side where you normally have your pay button and your little button to open the order, you'll see an RMA button. Click
Okay.
RMA, click the service tag, tell me what's wrong. Boom, it goes to my desk. I say, okay, I need to give you a call and take a look at this. Or I say, nope, I'm going to send you another one. Click the button, go straight to warehouse, and you will get a full unit swap processed and shipped out to you. And what else? Your return label, instead of it being pre-printed in the box like before, the return label will auto-generate and it will be on that order page. So return labels are starting to be all through the automation, which is really cool because that's one
Nice.
less thing I need to do. It's to go from everything's manual to what more can I make the robots do? It's
Yeah. How
cool.
can we
So it's been
automate
a
all the processes that Jay
what
does during the
yeah,
day?
what can I make? What can I make work faster? So that's pretty cool. Soon so right now the shipping process, the creation of outgoing labels is still manual and that the warehouse guy has to click a thing and paste it, do all that. But soon that's going to be integrated into the portal and that'll be completely fully automated. That'll be cool. We're also looking at API integration. So we're going to start popping up in like PSAs. That's coming.
Nice.
We're looking at a way to get you to easily send us your RMM so we can preload those for a small fee. Getting the autopilot hardware hashes is easy because I don't need to actually get anything from you. You mark it on the order. That's something I can completely handle on my end. Same thing with loading, a 10
No,
or 11 or
I,
whatever.
I didn't even think about that. How beautiful is that? That when you are imaging a new machine to send out to an MSP, that you drop their RMM on it automatically, so they can remote in.
Yeah,
That's
and
beautiful.
it'll be a small fee because I still have to have a tech physically pull the machine, open it up, go through the process. And
Hundred
right now the
bucks.
process, not even. I mean, it's going to be yeah. No, no, no. I'm not. No, where our prices are high, but I'm not going to hit you too hard for that. I think right now for the autopilot, I think we're hitting you for like 25 bucks, and
Okay.
and that's one of those things where depending on the deal, if it's a really large deal, maybe we waive that just to help solidify the deal. But if it's a onesie twosie here or there, I gotta pull a tech to
You got
do
to
it.
pay
I gotta hit
somebody
this
to
a
do
little
it.
bit. Yeah, because the regular process, we'll get them all updated. We'll get the stuff done. But if I need to pull it and do some stuff, then it's just reasonable. But at the end of the day, if it's something that we can direct ship to your user and it's already loaded up with your RMM or with a hardware hash done, then imagine the amount of time. So shipping, you would have to get it, go spend time doing the stuff, and then reship it out to your customer. All that's wiped out for 25 bucks. Done. Easy, the
Nice.
easy solution right there. So also back to the shipping side, every shipment's a blind shipment. I know I mentioned this in the last webinar, but it bears repeating that every shipment that goes out, there's no paperwork, no internal pricing, return address is vague.
So
I'd say about
blind
half
ship.
blind, everything's a blind ship. So
Okay.
we don't have to worry about what paperwork goes in what box. So that's easier for us just to, prep it off the computer, make sure it's going where it needs to go, and it's on its way. So we do a lot of direct shipping for our MSPs. You'll be able to you can, when you're checking out the order, add address, punch in where it needs to go. They're none the wiser where it came from, which is pretty cool.
Awesome.
What else I got? Going down my list, we talked about the inventory layout. We talked about automated RMAs. Win10 versus Win11. Type in service in the search bar. You'll see a SKU to bump it from 10 to 11. Hardware hashes for autopilot. We covered that. Mobile responsiveness. Now the portal works on your cell phone.
Nice.
Place orders, submit RMAs, search inventory,
So is
pay
that an
us.
app or is it
Yeah,
using the
it's
browser?
it's still the browser. It's just
Okay.
it resizes and does things. Now I know the sidebar where you like orders and products and stuff. Right now you have to click the top for it to come out. That's a little wonky. That's going to get better. So now like you click anywhere on it, it'll pop out. You click anywhere off it, it should go back in. So that's going to get fixed soon.
All
So
right.
it's just anyone who's worked in software development will tell you you fix one thing, it breaks another. So it's always a little bit of that to get it up to where it needs to be.
Awesome. Well, your whole
Yep.
crew has been busy, 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 making all
We've
these
been
things come together and
yeah
happen.
yeah we're doing good. I know it's slumped a little bit in November, December, but it always happens with the holidays. A lot of people are, out. And then just like every other year, January, February, right,
Yep.
right back on the up and up. So we're back in the big swing of things.
I
I
know I
understand
personally
the,
slumped on December too myself.
yeah,
I was
I
ready to
know,
just slow down, relax.
yeah, I know the industry was a little bit of, at least from what we've heard from, other, peers in the industry, other distributors. Last year was rough. Apparently, it was slow. We know a number of people that went out of business. But fortunately, we've done well and are thriving and still adding MSPs on a regular basis and working our way up.
Very cool.
Yep.
It's awesome to watch you guys grow for sure.
Thank you. It's fun. I like what I do. I like working with our MSPs, and whenever I can make your life a little bit easier, it does well for me and makes my life easier.
Well, one thing I'm waiting on this tour. I want to get a tour of the new
Oh yeah,
facilities, the
sure.
new shop. But I see that you've done the same thing you had at the old shop,
Oh,
which was the graphics and murals on the wall.
yeah. So anyone, if you remember our previous warehouse, when we first got in, there was already a bunch of like wacky 80s film murals everywhere.
Okay.
And then as we expanded into another room, we found one of the local artists that did this. And we initially brought him in and said, okay, how much to paint what we want? He said $12,000. We said, how much to paint what you want? And he said, just buy me the paint. So we bought him the paint and a lift thing. At the old warehouse,
Wow.
there's this like redhead demon chick that was in our networking room. So when we did this room, when we moved into this facility in October, same thing. We hit up the same guy, said, hey, come in over the weekend, do whatever you want. So we got this like cyborg Bumblebee Terminator thing going on over here.
That's awesome.
There's a little bit similar over there. It was a lot cooler before the shelves were covering it, but yeah, it's cool. I'd rather have stock and stuff to sell you. And then back here, some more kind of graffiti stuff going on.
That's cool. But you know, it makes the environment really cool to work in.
Yo, yeah.
It's character.
That's great. So I mean, yo, for sure. And yeah, we are not short on character.
So I think I'm going to do that in my MSP. I'm going to hire an artist to come draw me a cool, funky mural on the wall like that.
More stuff over here. Yeah, it's not bad. We actually the shelves look relatively empty right now. I think we've spent I think we've probably spent about 300K on restocking inventory in the last 2 weeks. So I mean, but it goes in ways. We'll get a bunch of stuff, and then as we start to get lower, then we just go and buy more.
Load up again.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the 200 some odd new open box 7420s we have coming in. Just because if you have the option for new, it's nice. It's nice to have a new machine.
And $699. That's a good price.
$699. It's not bad. And
for a business class computer.
Well, and bulk discounts. If you need 5 or 10 of them, hit me up. Just like you would call your Dell rep and try and register a deal and see if you can get some discount pricing. Let me know what you got going on. I'm happy to take a look and see if there's any wiggle room on a 5, 10, 20, 30 pack. And, let's make a deal.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So what else we got? Oh, and then of course on the other side we have our that's our tech floors working on stuff, our imaging machines.
Oh, awesome.
Mandalorian in the background.
Man, that is a cool shot.
And then gnarly posters of stuff I collect. Step Brothers, Huff and Doback, Boats and Hose.
What a cool office.
More Primus stuff because
because you like Primus.
I do like Primus. The word's out. Jay likes Primus. So yeah, we're doing well. We got stuff moving on the server side. So we do custom server builds. They are not in the portal. It's on a different CRM.
Okay.
But those are things, just hit me up. We're starting to see, whereas we were only really doing a lot of 14 gens, we're starting to see 15th gens start to trickle in. They're not cheap because it's 15th gen Dell. But we now have the ability to start quoting those out. Some of them with Dell certified refurbished, 5-year type stuff, whereas normally we only did 3-year in the past. So that's one of the things. Just hit me up when you need servers, and we'll see what we can do.
Awesome. Well, for any of my needs, I'm going to hit you up for sure because I know you're the man that can make it happen.
I try, and I try to be responsive. Like I said, Dell has a 4-hour response time. You hit me up on Facebook or email. I'm usually, I have nothing better going on. I'll respond.
Very cool. It's amazing how social media has really, came in and created its own platform. Because now, like you said, Griffin kind of, you've gotten a lot of your business overall off of social media.
Largely. Oh, I'd say 90% of it has been from the groups and, referrals from within the groups. And we do have some other marketing efforts going out there, but for the most part, I'm the one who was able to connect the dots and get us into these communities and build the reputation there, which I'm very proud of.
Next time I'm in Tampa, I'm going to come down and you can buy me. You can buy me some dinner and have some drinks.
We're over by the casino, man. Let's go have a good time.
Can you gamble in Tampa?
Oh yeah.
Really?
We got the Hard Rock Casino.
I'm definitely coming.
4 minutes from here. Yeah. Well, it's funny because it's like I find myself going over, and I'm not much of a gambler, but it's like where we were at before was in Ybor, and there's lots of restaurants, lots of stuff. Now where we're at, it's like there's a Five Guys Burgers, there's a wing house, and a casino.
Well, I'm going to come down on a weekend, and you and I can go play with drones, and you can
take
me
to
the shop, show me around, and
absolutely,
we'll just hang out in Tampa.
Cool. That sounds like a plan.
I'll be in Florida in November because we've got the ITBOG member cruise coming up November 8th
Cool.
through the 11th on Utopia of the Seas. I don't know if you've heard of that. Royal's new ship is it's not
I've heard
out
of it.
yet. Icon is their brand new ship that
That's
has
cool.
already been released, and it's huge. The Icon is currently the largest cruise ship in the world, and
That's wild.
Utopia is going to be the second largest, and it's coming out in June, July this year.
Cool. Very cool.
It's going to have that
Yeah.
new car smell. So when we go,
Yeah.
we'll
It's
really like it.
the new ship smell. That's right. That'll be cool. Yeah. Let me know when you're in town, and any of our other MSPs. If you find yourself in the Tampa area, hit me up, man. Come check out the warehouse.
Yeah.
Grab a puppy, take it home with you. We've had that happen. We've had guys come in and be like, "Can you just take this with me?" I'm like, "Yes,
Yeah,
do
I
that.
like that.
You got to get you registered. Do the thing. Here's how you use the portal, and
Yep.
then run along. Go make some money."
Sounds
So.
good. Well, Jay, let's
Scott,
do this again.
Yeah, always a pleasure, man. Yeah, let's probably re-hit maybe in 2 or 3 months or whatever. I know we're gonna have more stuff to announce, especially if we get any authorized distributor deals locked down, which I know we're working on right now.
Cool.
To add some variety here, and then I'll surely have more updates with the portal and our cloud that we're going to be putting back out for MSPs to use.
Sounds awesome. Can't wait to hear all about it. Jay, I
Thanks,
hope you
Scott.
enjoy the rest of your day, man. Take care, brother.
Thanks, buddy.
See you.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.